Hey, hey, hey. All right, you guys. So this is going to be a brief live. It's not going to be long. It's inspired by, I guess, Maria and her 5-minute clips. So I want to do this similar. I want to describe to you something that I think would help you. Okay, kind of understand it a little differently. So again, many of you often ask me, what do I do when someone appears like I don't like? I don't like what they're doing. What do you do in that moment? How do I change this? How do I fix this? Or, and I'm often saying, what would you do to yourself? And most of you give me a blank stare. And it dawned on me, my goodness, you're missing the point of the game. I said, this is a brief thing. I want you guys to consider how bad you feel when you feel as if something didn't go the right way. Think about that for a second. Have you ever registered why that is? Like, really think hard, okay? So, for example, if you come to a coach, and you say, hey, coach, I'm in a really bad way. I don't know why this keeps appearing this way. I don't get it. I really need it to stop and I need your help, right? That's why you come to us, right? So I want you guys to think about this, all right? So if you are the only one in the world, hi Sana, hi guys. If you are the only one in the world, so let's talk about this, okay? Let's talk about what you guys see and how to understand from behind the veil, all right? So here's what you do. What you're thinking up here and what you're feeling in your heart make a sort of cone of light in order for you to see all of your thoughts at once. So this little cone of light is going out from here and going out from here, and these are the things you're transmitting, all right? This is the lamp under your feet, and you all of a sudden encounter a person. This person does not look like you, at least not the identity you think you have in the moment, okay? And let's just say that this person is our SP or our boyfriend, all right? So here's what you guys are doing. Here you are transmitting everything that you're thinking, not realizing you're looking at your thoughts in the moment, and totally freaking out about the direction in which you get to see yourself. So for example, when you say, how do I get him to be more romantic and caring and loving? Well, you start by not saying that he's not romantic, caring, and loving. Do you see? Because it's never not you. It's always you. Accept this, please. Because that's the only way you have control over your relationship. And by control, I mean you would automatically be loving, caring, attentive, not afraid to lose yourself. And so then as a result, your relationship results in the same reflection. It's in balance. It's at peace. Why? Because what you transmit comes back to you in perfect harmony. All right? However, if you don't understand this, then you will be annoyed with the way the person appears. Okay? Now, why are you upset with the way the person appears? It's very simple. You have things that you need to work out. Root cause beliefs, root cause injuries, root cause patterns, things that maybe developed before you were even born. Things that have been part of your history, the whole reason you were born. These things are simultaneously being transmitted all at once, always, okay? So, if you are not in peace with who you are, then God appears. The God you don't know you are, which is you. It's your body. And then gives you a feedback loop so you can see yourself. And that is the only thing that happens all day long. no matter where you go, no matter what you do. And so then it becomes a matter of realizing that, and then you now have control. But not just control like I want to control someone, I want to dominate them, because that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is you're in flow because you're on the receiving end of your loving, peaceful energy being reflected back. It only deteriorates when you exist in fear. When you start saying, I can lose this person, then this person is going to behave as a consequence exactly as you've been animating them. Okay? So the reason this feels absolutely so bad, right, in that moment, have you guys ever considered why you come to me? Why does it feel so bad? It's because your judgment is self-inflicted. So when the feedback loop hits you, it feels bad, automatic. It's got to. How else are you going to learn how to love yourself? How else are you going to learn how to have compassion? Except through a smoke and mirrors illusion, so that you can see your thoughts in the moment, and so you can realize that you are animating this body with your mind and heart, so you can see your thoughts in the moment. Now, the really cool thing about this is when you successfully judge something, by successfully judge something, let me say that you see them in the best light because you know it is you, so you hold the truth of God upright to their face and expect them to remain here. You go through their portal, and now their universal experience becomes your experience because it's always been you, but the portal or the energy that you guys are receiving and the knowledge that gets downloaded into you is the recognition of your universal experience uniting with what you think you know now, and now you have an expanded vision or expanded understanding of yourself. And so here's what's also true. When we judge it incorrectly, it feels bad because we enter the reality in which we came to fix but forgot. And now as we judge ourselves, we enter that. We're in the receiving end of that. And so now we're stuck in a pattern where the way that we judge this reflection or body must behave exactly as you said they would be. And unfortunately, since most of you have not realized that you move in your mind immediately towards your desires always, and that a lot of the times we stand as the gatekeeper for the things that we want and don't want, when we have forgotten that and we treat this image as separate from us, we are on the receiving end of our judgment. And so you will know if you are holding someone in the best light by how you feel within yourself. That's it. There's no one else. So if you wanted to understand the relationship between the light and the dark, the reflection and what's going on and how you animate what's going on beneath you, it's real simple. All people are the way you judge them because you are seeing your other body at all times. It's never not you. It's never not you. And sometimes we're on the receiving end of things that we don't like, right? That's because in our past life we did that, so we're going to receive that, and we get an opportunity to stop the cycle immediately by sending it love, by recognizing and being at peace and saying it's okay. But if we act in fear against ourselves, we're automatically activating a struggle. It becomes this dance between light and shadow where you try to get the light to come to you, but as you gravitate towards it, it wants to run away, right? Because it's like you're trying to complete yourself and you don't even realize how unconsciously you just, please don't leave me. Oh my God. And so then the other person's like, can you get off me? You know, and this dynamic, because it's you struggling with you as you're trying to discover how to love yourself with detachment, with freedom, and be what it is in Corinthians, which is a love that holds no grievances, that holds things in the best light, and that is really aware that nothing exists without it. So if you maintain this balance, you will always be on the receiving end of the very best life has to offer. That's it. That's it. And so this is how we go about the world, and this is what we're seeing. But if you don't understand that, then pay attention to how you feel, because your heart is your GPS. It's your GPS saying, ooh, 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 you just said that, and you're going to go enter that world where he's going to or she's going to behave exactly the way that you're perpetuating, or that salty experience that we're preserving. So that means that you guys have the power to enter new realities, but only if you let yourself be kind to yourself. It counts for everything. Career, money, everything. Because it's all you. And so, for example, when, people with a poverty mentality tend to berate or resent wealthy people, right? But that means that they're holding wealth apart from themselves because they're not recognizing that the wealth is theirs. That's their body too. So until they identify with it, it stays out and they resent. And their feedback is, keep money away from me, keep money away from me. I hate you, I hate you. And so then the money seems to kind of go away. As an example. Same thing with people. It's all in how you judge the next moment. So if you understand that every single person is your body and that perfect oneness, now you live in heaven and you live with God and you live behind the veil. And so you're non-reactive to what you're seeing. You have extreme compassion because you remember what it's like to be them. Or if you have not yet encountered someone like them, right? But you still know it is you. You recognize how you can add to your experience. So you continue to grow and grow and grow in light. So what's happening is we are building the God self in reverse. So if we are simply little pinpoints of light, outside of us, right? Everyone inside is your little pinpoint of light. And once you identify with being all the pinpoints of light, you then become a whole ultralight being. And I know this is kind of different of what I'm saying, but with that understanding, now when you move, the universe moves with you, and everything is instant and everything is so different from anything that you've ever experienced, which then eliminates the need for coaches, the need for, and I'm saying this because I'm a coach. I don't plan on being a coach forever. I'm teaching people how to be self-sufficient. I don't want dependency on me. All I want to do is show you your own power. That's my only goal in life, right? Let me teach you about your own power. Let me teach you about what you can do in the light. Let me center you back in eternity. Let me help you find your way into heaven that has always existed within you. That's my goal. And that's it now. But that's my role in eternity. How do I know that's my life purpose? Because I've made peace with everything. And so as a result, everything is now just coming to me in a flow state. I make no effort. I say nothing. I do nothing. Everything takes care of itself. And you resort to being an observer who can slip in and out of any point in reality and enjoy their experience. And when you meet someone, even when it appears not to feel good, you now know how to flip it and how to enter or get them to enter your world in the best light. Sometimes we have to do that from a distance because what we're saying is so far different from what they know that you just give them compassion, see them better, and keep it moving. But you are never, ever going to act against yourself anymore. It makes no sense to animate a boyfriend that won't commit to you. It makes no sense to animate a girlfriend that doesn't want to be with you. It makes no sense to animate someone that cheats. It makes no sense. Why? Because these are your creations. These are your bodies, your expectations. And so if you're going to do that, then you're going to live that way. That's what it means to God to die there. Right? Like we're not supposed to die there. We're supposed to feel good about every experience that we're entering. So a lot of times the struggle that you guys are having is because you don't know how to love yourself. You don't know how to be kind. You know, you ask me how do I see someone in the best light? What do you mean? Like a disconnect all of a sudden. What do you mean you don't know how to see someone in the best light? You elevate them to who they actually have always been, which is God. And you expect only the best for them because it's you. And you never get envious of their success because it's you. And you keep lifting up, even if it means doing it from a distance, praying for them in secret, and waiting for them to arrive. But you do it with a pure heart. You don't want to perpetuate this suffering for no reason if the whole time there's nothing outside of you except how you judge the moment. And then all the people just appear. So I'm showing you guys how to see in reverse, right? All the people just appear to confirm your state. And I don't care if you need 8 billion people, one person, or 20 million. It doesn't matter how many you need to see yourself. It's always you. It's always, how are you judging the moment? And I guarantee you, if you judge it badly, that's where you live, and it is not a fun place. And then you guys end up calling me and say, get me out of this box. And I say, okay. And I come along and we do our thing, right? But if you understand this, you won't have to be in the box for long. It's always you. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated. So then that feedback loop comes back in perfect harmony. That's why the God design is so perfect. And most people that don't understand that the only thing in the middle is love, and when you stand there, you're always on the receiving end of your love, then yeah, it's not going to seem perfect. It's going to seem flawed only because we haven't understood the judge and the juror has always stood in the middle on the receiving end of how they have viewed their shadow. See, the eternal mind is not meant to be encaged, but this human process is necessary. It is necessary to understand the consequence of how we were not loving to our universal reflection. Once we understand this, we live in harmony. Same thing with relationships on a microcosm or a macrocosm scale. It's always send them the light. If you feel shade, send them more light. If they wish you harm, send them success. It doesn't matter. Meet them with the opposite. Observe what you don't like and meet them with the extreme opposite, the very best scenario you can possibly think of. Drop it and let it go. Also, most important part. Once you've done it, once you've seen that, drop it and let it go. Because I want you to understand, last thing, then I'm going to cut off because I don't want this to be too long. The very last thing is, you are learning how to empty yourself of all your wounds. So when people appear to you, that's what they're doing. They're reflecting back the things that you need to accept in yourself. And so the points of contention and the triggers are there to help you, right? But at the same time, your next moment is blank. Your next moment is blank. Not the one you just lived. The next moment is blank, which is precisely why you're standing there. So, see, hear, feel the best, drop it. See, hear, feel the best, drop it. See, hear, feel the best, drop it. No need to hold on to it, because for those of you who have not yet understood, if you hold on to something forever and you overcook it, you exhaust yourself. But it should have come down to earth a long time ago. So dropping something is absolutely necessary in order for you to experience it instantly. And if you don't understand that, then you're going to be waiting forever for your creation, for as long as you have to struggle against yourself to determine when you can receive it. Way easier. Think, believe, drop. Think, believe, drop. Think, believe, drop. So now you're painting your canvas. And when you start painting that canvas in a different light, you start existing in that different light. And anytime you forget, don't worry, the contrast is going to show up to show you you're judging against yourself. You're judging this mirror and you're treating me like it's not me. And it's going to feel bad because that's where we're going to go together. That's what you need to understand. Because if you want to stop the karmic cycle, you need to live here, where you only want the best for every human being on earth, including the ones that want to do you harm. Because they don't want to do you harm. They're acting unconsciously according to the wounds that you have, and they appear this way for you to see yourself, to see what you have deemed is not acceptable as the kingdom of heaven. And the truth is, everything is allowed in the kingdom of heaven. So forgive yourself so that these people or these triggers or these points of contention can stop bringing you down. We are supposed to lift them up, not go down, not sink down the rabbit hole. Any time that you've sunken down the rabbit hole, it's because you have judged yourself outside, still yourself, unkindly. Everything that you've feared, you animate and don't understand why people appear that way. So that's important, you guys. The feedback mirror never lies. And the sooner you make peace, the less power anyone will ever have against you. Because only one person gets to be awake in their reality at a time. And then we join forces, right? But one person gets to be awake in their reality at a time. What we're learning how to do is bring our multiverse together so that we can show and paint the canvas that it is the golden age. So all of us have an individual responsibility to the universe within ourselves to hold up our end of the bargain. And so to live in peace, that's what we're doing. So I can help you understand the mirror. I can help you understand why you feel bad. I can help you stop this cycle. But first understand that the only reason it's occurring is because you've forgotten to be kind to the person that needed your help in the first place. The only reason you appeared wearing a human costume, pretending not to be God, and appeared to yourself as an act of compassion. And if we don't know how to be compassionate towards our shadow, then believe me when I say you are going to enter worlds that you don't want to be in. Okay? All right. That's my talk for today. It was really brief. I don't want it to be long. I apologize. But if this helps you understand the feedback loop, it may give you peace over your relationship. It may get you to start thinking, I really got to stop animating as someone who won't commit, because clearly that's what they're showing me, and I don't want to live there. Duh, the thing. And then as you start animating them in a different way, they join you, because as the light, the shadow must follow, giving you always full autonomy over your experience. You've always had it, but now you know whether to act unconsciously or consciously. And that's the difference. Yes? Love you guys. Bye-bye.